This video is sponsored by Epic sustainable clothing brand Organic Basics. Go take a look at their simple but gorgeous organic shirts, denim, underwear, and activewear. One of the most heartbreaking things about this whole influencer gig is the sheer number of you guys getting in touch telling me about having low self-esteem and especially physically about feeling that you're ugly. Being a person who I myself had plenty of ugly moments back in the day, you know, those moments where you're just utterly convinced that your appearance is simply not good enough, but also being a person who nowadays feels most of the time completely fine with the way I look, this has become a topic close to my heart because I know how devastating it can be to not liking the way you look, and I also know what a relief it is to finally feel like, hey, I look pretty damn good today, you know? So I've been thinking about this a lot. Why are we so bloody hard on ourselves? And what is the reason for my own transformation into a physically self-confident person? Like, was there a specific reason for this? I think there are two reasons actually. I've been doing a lot of thinking, trying to figure out what happened exactly, and the more I think about it, the more I realize it isn't about going from feeling ugly to feeling pretty. It's going from feeling pretty to feeling ugly to feeling pretty again. Because I remember when I was a tiny kid, I used to feel really pretty. All it took was a pair of white pantyhose and waffling my hair and I'd feel like £1,000,000. But then something happened. I've been trying to pinpoint this moment, and I don't think it's just one instance that made me go down the ugly spiral, but I do remember a moment when I felt something switch. I was probably 11 or 12 and it was summer and I was wearing my first ever hot pants around the house, hot pants being the trendiest thing ever that year. And I was watching MTV like we all did back then, and there was a music video with women dancing in hot pants, like almost the same hot pants as the ones I was wearing. And I remember looking down on my own thighs and for the first time thinking like, hey, are my thighs fat? I was a tall, lanky little twig of a person, but I had just started getting a tiny bit of boobs and butt, and probably my thighs had grown a bit, and I even had a few new bright purple stretch marks. And it freaked me out, but also it made me feel so adult to worry about the way my body looked. It was almost glamorous. And I think that was it. That was the switch. After that, I started finding things that were wrong with my body and face, and me and my friends would all talk about it all the time and compare imperfections and help each other find new imperfections. Teenage sisterhood. I do not miss it. So this brings me to the first of the two reasons I think why I felt ugly when I was younger. Maybe it's just me, or maybe some of you will recognize yourself. If you do, please let me know in the comments because I'm so curious to find out if these are like universal reasons or not. So talking to my teenage girlfriends about this, it was like instantly gratifying in that it made us bond. Speaking of your physical imperfections is a way to show yourself vulnerable and also indirectly push someone else up. So you put yourself down to boost someone else. It's the polite thing to do. Sounds ridiculous when you say it like this, doesn't it? But that's what it felt like. Putting yourself down was a kindness to the other person. You know, oh, your stomach is so flat, look at my tummy flab, and so on and so on. Why did we start doing this? I think it's the magazines and TV and later social media. I feel like a big part of beauty and fashion content is about imperfections. How to treat them, hide them, to get rid of them, balance them. It's all about the Botox and the creams and the pills and the shapewear. To me, that's such a Twilight Zone way of looking at style. I've worked hard at changing my mind into thinking that style is only to do with expressing myself, having fun, and celebrating my own personal physical quirks. I do not balance, I highlight. And a big part of getting into this much healthier frame of mind has been to be careful with how I talk and think about my body and my face and other bodies and other faces. I only comment on looks, my own or others, if my comment is a compliment. I never talk about my own imperfections negatively. I only talk about the imperfections I have in a positive light. For example, I love my stretch marks. They're not bright purple anymore, but they're gorgeous nonetheless. I don't know who said stretch marks are ugly, probably someone selling a stretch mark cream, but they were wrong. Stretch marks are sexy and we should show them off, that's what I think. But I don't talk about the imperfections I'm not happy with. First of all, because I don't want to think about or draw my own attention to it, so it becomes like a hiccup, you know. But more importantly, because I don't want you to search for these imperfections the next time you look in the mirror. I can't even tell you how many annoying imperfections I've discovered on myself simply because I've seen a vlog or an ad or read an article talking about that same imperfection. Just the other day, I was listening to two beauty influencers talking about a very strange place on their body where they use tweezers to pull out long hairs. And I was like, seriously, you pull hair out of your what now? And I had to force myself next time I looked in the mirror to not go searching my own what now place for long hairs. So I think that we have a responsibility. If we have a hiccup about a certain imperfection of ours, we need to remember that these hiccups are contagious. If you point out you're hairy this or flabby that or shadowed so-and-so, you point it out on your friend too. So whenever I do mention one of my quirks or imperfections, I want to do it lovingly. The second reason why I myself have in some periods more than others been feeling ugly is because these appearance hiccups that we get, at least for me, they get much worse when I'm bored. If I have nothing else taking up my brain energy, I for some reason find more negative things I want to fix with my looks. I care more about my fitness level and my beauty regime and how white my teeth are when I have nothing more important or like fun to care about. Whenever I have a passion for something, a project that I'm working on or studying something that I'm interested in or teaching myself a new skill, my appearance becomes much less important to me. Because when I don't have a project, my brain automatically tells me that my appearance is my project. I think it's just growing up in a society where we women are told that the way we look is more important than the way we think or speak or write or whatever. Even though I'm a hardcore feminist and always have been, like growing up in Sweden, that was what I was taught, that it definitely is more important what I say than the way I look. Even so, the forces of a bloody, systematically sexist society still has made me feel like I'm only really good enough if I look pretty and say smart things. Double the pressure. Do you recognize this at all, or am I the only one feeling this way, that it's almost impossible to shake the pressure to look pretty? And sometimes I wonder if I'm a bad feminist for not shaking this, for still, caring about my appearance and still having an interest in fashion and loving how I look with lipstick. But whatever, bad feminist or not, this is who I am. Expressing myself through the way I look is something that makes me happy. If, and only if, I feel good about the way I look. It didn't used to be that way, but the combination of finding a passion, something you care so much about in your life that you kind of drown out that annoying voice in your head chattering about all your imperfections, and also muting everyone around you in magazines, online, or in your everyday life who constantly point out their own or other people's imperfections. I don't think that there's anything wrong with caring about the way you look or talking about it. It's how we talk about it or think about it. Like those purple stretch marks I got when I was 12. What if someone had told me back then that those would be one of my favorite things about my looks? That I would buy swimwear that especially showed off my hips stretch marks, that I wish that they were still bright purple and loud. My height, my ears sticking out, my weird wobbly knees, all of them used to be ugly, but now they're somehow kind of gorgeous. To me anyway. But I really want to hear from you guys. Is all this something that makes sense to you, or is your own experience with beauty and looks completely different? Do you remember that first time you looked at yourself with critical eyes? It's so hella sad, but I'm so happy I managed to get out of that ugly spiral and stop saying mean things to myself about the way I look. I hope that you have too, if you ever did used to say mean things to yourself, that is. You deserve to feel stunning simply because you already are stunning. Life's too short, lads. Let's stop with the madness and just enjoy our bodies, right? Do give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and feel free to click subscribe if you're new to the channel. A big thank you to Organic Basics for sponsoring this video, and you guys, do I have a treat for you today? You know how much I love Organic Basics. I mean, I've been wearing their stuff and working with them for years now. They're from Copenhagen and they make underwear and everyday basics in organic cotton and recycled textiles. And now they also have denim. They focus on everything from packaging, the management of wastewater, and keeping the transportation on the ground instead of in the air. They really care about the whole 360 picture. So let's take a look at their new circular denim. Not only gorgeous and super quality, they also aim to create clothes that never become waste. The collection uses 100% organic cotton or recycled cotton, and it's about designing denim that can circulate in the economy for as long as possible. Like the buttons on the jeans are easily removable and therefore simple to disassemble. The back patch is made from FSC certified paper, and the pocket bags are GOTS certified organic cotton. So it's all about making denim that won't become waste and that doesn't harm people and the planet. I'm in love with my new jeans. They're super comfortable, just like all my Organic Basics clothes, and all the different washes are so nice. The t-shirt is also from them and has the same circular commitment. They are designed in Denmark and ethically made in Turkey. The suppliers are some of the world's leaders in sustainable and ethical denim production, committed to zero waste production and solar power energy, and the development of washing treatment that reduces water consumption by 95% in comparison to the regular denim production. How good does that sound? Now, if you want to get your hands on your very own organic basics, you can get 10% off everything with worldwide shipping. Find links below to the items I'm wearing and just use my promo code 10Jenny to help save the planet one pair of jeans at a time. Thank you Organic Basics, and thank you guys so much for watching. Love ya! Puss puss and hej då!
I feel that 2020 was the year of cancellation.
Yeah.
And I think
I hope it was. I hope 2021 isn't even worse.
I think it was because everyone was in lockdown. Everyone was online. Everyone was just, they took the drama they could get, basically.